So it says you will be misunderstood and denounced because Earth humans are still addicted to disillusionary beliefs. They believe God is creation itself and not the ruler of the celestial sons, and the human lineage Earth people attribute to him the omnipotence of creation and glorify him as creation itself. But God is a human being like all the celestial sons and the terrestrial humans, except that he is vastly greater on consciousness as they are. So this is interesting, because if you think of the Bible, if you think of the text I'm going to get into later, the forgotten books of Eden, which is based on the Bible, the books missing from the Bible, it says that humans have created this false narrative that God is creation itself. So even the way they talk about it in the Bible and the other texts I'm talking about, they make it seem like God is referring to himself as creation itself. So Earth humans, and even though their DNA was mixed with God's celestial sons who contained advanced consciousness, their soul was still like newborn babies, grasping at straws, living on a planet that didn't have access to all that advanced knowledge, all that advanced text that they had access to, probably. That's how they gained their advanced consciousness. So when I get frustrated with God for wiping our memories clean, which I still don't agree with, I think it's for power and control, that's a fact. He still talks about creation, that creation is above him, and creation gave him the power to rule over us. So is that true? So is God not acting out of his own malicious desires, and has he really been given the power by Creator to rule over us and give us the free will to make our decisions? But I don't know. I still don't believe that is the truth, because we cannot return back to source. We keep going in this reincarnation loop. But is it because our souls have not advanced to that level where we can return back to source? So we have to stay here until we learn the lessons that need to be learned? The thing is, the reason why I don't think it's true is because Earth humans existed before. And either they didn't have a ruler or they had other gods ruling over them. Did Source give them the power to do that? And God came from a different planet where he escaped bondage. So it's either everything happened for a reason and Source brought him here so that he could rule over us and teach us and mix with our DNA so that we could get advanced consciousness, or did he act on his own free will, like wanting power and control? This is where I'm unsure when God says that creation is above him and made him the ruler, is where I get confused, because he says that Earth people are the ones who misinterpreted his messages, which is clearly possible because there's so many texts out there, there's so much stuff that contradicts each other, and they didn't have an advanced consciousness to understand the message that God was telling them. Or did God just manipulate everyone? Did he manipulate the terrestrial people that he got to escape out of bondage and come over with him? Did he manipulate the other beings that he came into contact with? And did he manipulate humans into thinking that he is the ruler because he wanted power? How often do we see human beings just on Earth manipulate people, say all these beautiful, elegant, charming sentences just so that they could have power and control over people? So it further says, creation, however, is an immensely higher standing than God, the Lord over the celestial sons and terrestrial humans. This creation is the immeasurable enigma. Jesus, you will also be slandered as God and his only begotten Son, and you too will be equated with the mysteries of creation. Do not heed these false teachings, because millennials will pass before the people of these human lineages are capable of recognizing the truth. What I said, their consciousness has to evolve before they can recognize the truth. Much human blood will be shed, including your own and that of countless generations. Notwithstanding, fulfill your mission as the King of Wisdom, as the son of Gabriel, the celestial son. The law for the creation was issued on the name of God, so that you may serve as prophet and pioneer of wise knowledge for these human lineages. Fulfill your mission, unperturbed of the irrationality and all false teachings of the scribes and Pharisees. And despite the disbelieving people, hence following the fulfillment of your mission, centuries and 2 millennials will pass before the truth of knowledge you brought with will be recognized and dismantled by a few humans. Not until the time of space-traveling machines will the truth break through and gradually shake the false teachings that Son of God, our creation. And this will be the time that we celestial sons will begin to reveal ourselves anew to Earth humans when they have become knowing and will threaten the structure of the heavens with their acquired power. So this is saying, predicting the future, that once we reach awakening, which is where we're at right now, we're in that awakening area where a lot of people are recognizing their power, recognizing the truth, and looking deeper into things. So it says earlier that we need to create space traveling machines in order for us to escape out of this dome. And when it says that will threaten the structure of the heavens is the dome that they created. They created 10 domes on top of each other, and we're going to be able to escape out of that structure and return back to source. So that's what they don't want to happen. They don't want us to return until we've reached enlightenment, or they want to keep us here in this reincarnation loop and serving him. So all this information, we have to cross-reference and find out what the truth is. However, like what he said before, a lot of people misinterpreted the messages that God was passing down. So what happens is that all that information, even though you're cross-referencing, it could still be false information. Even though they're saying the same thing, it could also be false because they didn't understand what they were seeing or what they were being told. So it's hard to decipher what the truth is, but all you can do is try to So you have to put the puzzle pieces together and read in between the lines based on information that you already gathered. How does it fit in? Like him saying that it will threaten the structure of the heavens with their acquired power, that shows that the heavens, the dome, it's the dome that they created that the Sumerians talk about. Because if it wasn't a dome and if it was just space, it would be infinite, that you wouldn't be threatening the structure of space that the universe, that creation created. So I trust the Talmud of Immanuel because it's the only one that hasn't been picked apart by scholars, and those in power try to take out parts of it like they did with the Bible. And it was found in Jesus' tomb, Immanuel's tomb, where he was laid to rest, where he woke up 3 days later. So it was found there centuries later. And the people that don't want the information being exposed, they did everything in their power to destroy that person and his family. Like, they literally tried to destroy that book, and the only ones that got into the book were the ones that were So the ones that we have, the pieces that we have, are the ones that were translated and sent to the editor. But the ones that didn't get were destroyed. They blew up the tent, and the Talmud was in there. The family, the person who was transcribing it, was on the run because they were after him for this text. And also, I don't know if they actually got him and he was unalive, or if after he had nothing to translate, he said, "I'm done." So when those in power try to keep information out, that's when you know that that's information that you can most likely trust, because they don't want it. They don't want it to get out and for people to find out the truth, because they're keeping you in this play, this narrative that they want you to abide by. So keep seeking knowledge, keep using your intuition, keep digging deeper, because that's when we can awaken the whole consciousness, when we share information like this.